What is going on, everybody? This is Dr. Grimmett from Forge Physio, and this is the resistance band deadlift. So this is a drill we use for a lot of people that have minimal equipment at home, and we're trying to create some overload into our back muscles and mimic a deadlifting pattern that we would be doing in a gym. I also really like this with people who don't know how to build tension into their feet to put force into the ground. A lot of times we see when people are deadlifting that they're pulling really heavily with their back musculature and they're not creating a lot of leg drive. When you do this with a band, the band's gonna go under your feet, obviously. And if you go to stand up and you have a moderate amount of resistance in the band and you're not putting force back into the ground, typically the band will slide out from under your feet and you can feel yourself losing the tension. So really, really easy to set up. You wanna make sure that you have a little bit of some slack in the middle of the band when you get set, or you're gonna have too much tension, you're not gonna be able to stand up, right? So if I lay the band flat, and then put one foot down, kind of create a little bit of slack, put my other foot down. Now there's a little bit of wiggle room in that band. I tell most people to start with one and then really push your feet into the ground so that when you stand up, the band doesn't slide out. If that feels too easy, then what you can do is go back and you can add a second band. But really what we're after is, again, putting force in the ground with our feet, thinking about pushing my feet through the floor, and then paying attention to my trunk position. So if I go from the side, I want to sync up my breathing and my bracing with that bottom position when I go to pull. So I like to cue people, take your ribs, pull them down, put them toward your front pocket, so that way you're not overarching your back or having a rib flare. Take a big deep breath in through your nose, and then push your belly button out. So now I'm able to talk and I have all this tension into my midsection, right? And I'm not just pushing my belly button out, I'm pushing my sides out as well. And then when I go to that bottom position, I don't lose my tensioning by going into like an excessive arch or an excessive flexion or rounding. And I'm driving that band and I'm standing up and trying to finish by squeezing my glutes and then straightening my legs out all the way. So play with your band resistance, right? Start with a really skinny band. As that feels comfortable and you're able to increase the load, or if it's way too easy and you're getting nowhere close to the prescribed intensity, you need to bump the resistance up and move to a harder band.